Hi, I'm Harry Hruska. I'm here today with Nero and Bottle from Titan Motorsports. We're talking about 30 years precision turbo and engine, 30 years of history. And you know, you guys, met you guys I think in 2004. And it seems to me like, if I remember correctly, you guys were looking for a turbocharger for your race car. How did that go?
So we were on the engine dyno and testing a couple of different turbos, different combinations, and we called Harry, and I said, hey, do you want us to test something? And he goes, sure. He sent me something. We ended up picking up 100 horsepower and, you know, over everybody else's product. And so I called Harry back, and I told him, hey, we picked up 100 horsepower. We're super happy. He goes, that's funny because I just have that laying around here. I have stuff that's even better. So, of course, we said, well, send that to us. That's when the ball really started rolling, and when we started doing really well with the race program.
It's pretty amazing. Every time we start with a customer and try to get a baseline on something, it's something that we can build on. Because a lot of times we just pull a seat right from the seat of our pants, you know, of an application. Even back then, that's 14 years ago, and we didn't have a lot of experience with 2JZ motors, making especially the kind of horsepower you guys were already making then, which was really respectful at the time. And then, you know, here we are 14 years later, and we've gone through a lot of changes in 14 years. I mean, we've gone, back then it was probably 13 or 1,500 horsepower, and what do we got today, like 3,000?
We're at about 3,000, so we doubled the number in a little bit over a decade.
So it's like that's 3,000 horse, that's like 100 horse per year. Every year, 100, where are we going to be in 5 years? Does that mean we're going to be at 3,500?
Hopefully.
That's pretty crazy, because when I go back to that, I mean, we really had a lot of fun. When we go back to those early, you know, 2004 and beyond. In fact, I remember having your car in SEMA, that the championship car for Sport Compact. I think you won the championship in 05.
Yes.
With our program. And we put the car in SEMA, and I mean, that was just cool. That was our first time ever at SEMA. We had your car in there. Heck, we had Hulk Hogan in there checking out your car. In fact, I think they actually bought stuff at the time. You know, his son here in Florida. You guys did stuff for him. You know, it's funny how the relationships build. It's really cool stuff. What else? You were talking about some stuff, Bottle, on how we started with that 1,500 horse, and then what did we do?
We ended up breaking a lot of parts because you made a lot of horsepower. So we had to like fix everything else around this, you know, change injection, fuel injection, learn a couple of other things.
Crankshafts, new rods, new pistons, you know, everything that was lightweight. You know, now that the power level kept going up and up and up, we had to, you know, upgrade everything else to go along with the turbocharger that made more horsepower.
Well, the fun part of that is then you're able to service your customers and grow the business. You know, because you're out there showing people how it's done. You're out there setting world records. You're out there making history, you know, in Sport Compact. And then, you know, look where you're at today. You've got a huge facility here with, you know, a lot of employees, and obviously you must have done a good job over the years servicing your customers because you have a good business here. I mean, I walked in here cold turkey I haven't been here almost 8 years, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm really impressed with you guys. You guys have done a great job. I'm glad to be part of it. You know, you guys have always been great customers for us. I hope we've matched or exceeded your expectations over the years. Clearly, you're doing that with your customers. What do you think your recipe is for that?
You know, I think just taking care of the customers, having customers that trust you, you know, since they're so far away, then you need to be able to support the client at a great level of detail, you know, whether it's like giving them suggestions on what to look at, how to diagnose things, or them just relying on you to actually order their parts, get it to them, and for that part to perform well. So they look to you kind of as the overall expert and person to get advice from and parts from.
Well, and the cool thing is you guys have been out there doing it. You're out there setting the records. Now, back in the day, we were trying to break into the 6s. How fast are you going now, Bottle?
560s and 570s. So like consistently with the billet combination, everything, it's a little bit lives longer than the factory cast iron blocks.
Yeah, because now you have billet blocks. You've got billet heads, right? You got oil pans. You got the whole 9 yards. You're putting the whole package together, and you know, putting precision turbos behind it for the power. And making that 3,000 horsepower. I mean, it's just crazy where you came, you know, where you've gotten to in 14 years. I mean, did you think back then you'd ever be making 3,000 horsepower?
There's no way.
No, We would have said you're crazy.
Yeah.
Even if you said, hey, where do you think you'll be? Can you compete with the V8s with double and triple displacement? We'd say no. No way. And now, I mean, we have cars that are keeping up with the pro mods. That they can run head to head with some of the most elite pro mods in the country.
Yeah, and you're doing more. It's just not Toyota stuff. I mean, you're doing Porsches, you're doing Lamborghinis, GTRs. I mean, you've got a lot of stuff under your belt.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, man. It's been a great run for me. I really appreciate you guys a lot and everything you've done for me and Precision Turbo and Engine. You've been great customers.
Yeah,
thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.